What's up, guys? Your boy, 22K13. I'm going to talk about Grand Theft Auto 6, 10 awesome things that must return from 5. Grand Theft Auto 5 broke all sort of records when it was released in 2013. Within 24 hours, it had already made an $800 million for more than 11 million copies sold and became both the best-selling and highest-grossing game in its first 24 hours of launch. Then inevitably it shattered the record of the fastest game to gross $1 billion. Basically, people were extremely excited about it. Since migrating to 3D, the series had always been wildly popular. And part of that is because Rockstar has generally been fairly dependable at giving franchise fans what they want and listening to feedback about what needs changing and fixing. That can only be a good thing, considering how much feedback there is after Grand Theft Auto 5. Despite accusations of level as a troublesome multiplayer element, Grand Theft Auto 5 did a lot right, and in achieving what it has in the market, it has set the bar for open world gaming. Clearly, Grand Theft Auto 6 needs to build on its predecessor rather than simply reinventing it. Listening to fans' reaction is part of it. Many felt that the torture scheme went too far even for a notoriously hardcore title. For example, but Rockstar must retain some of what Grand Theft Auto 5 so popular. Rockstar needs to keep pushing boundaries. If they do that and bring back these awesome parts of Grand Theft Auto 5, they shouldn't go far wrong. Number 10. Selfies. Thanks to teenage girls across the world, selfies have become an accepted part of today's society. Well, an unavoidable part anyway. Naturally, Grand Theft Auto 5 has hopped onto the bandwagon by giving you an in-game phone app called Snapmatic, which is definitely not Instagram. Honest. You can take a selfie at pretty much any point in game, because obviously when you out causing havoc on the streets of Los Santos, you need to be able to catalog it. Having a shootout with a SWAT team is selfie time. Enjoying the strip club is selfie time. Made friends with a fruit seller. Hell yeah, it's selfie time. And let's face it, there's just something that's so satisfying about taking that perfect selfie at the perfect moment. Just that little nugget of pleasure you get when you pull off something awesome and manage to get a cool photo that you can rub in everyone else's face and feel smug about. You can even use hashtag and ask the latest update, meme text, in case you really want to get on everyone's nerves. Grand Theft Auto 6 needs to bring them back, but make them less awkward. Have a single button that brings up the selfie cam rather than fiddling with the front-facing camera. Number 9. The weapon wheel. Like it did with so many features, Grand Theft Auto 5 totally revamped the weapon system. Instead of having to cycle through your weapon to find the one you're looking for, like all other previous protagonists had to do, Franklin, Michael, and Trevor had access to a handy weapon wheel. In a style similar to the Assassin's Creed series, changing weapon is now as simple as pressing one button and scrolling to your pick. It may not seem like a big deal, but it really is. It makes the game flow far smoother, especially in combat situations. No more running around in circles while desperately searching for the rocket launcher. Even better, the wheels let you hold more than one weapon of the same type. So now you can shoot from a golf club, a hammer, or a baseball bat to bash an enemy's head. You can use it as a pause to have a little think. Though although the game slows down, it doesn't stop. So that haymaker is still going to connect squarely with your chin if you aren't quick about it. Even then, it's only slowed down when you're on foot. So God help you if you think you avoiding that tree. For the good of everyone, Grand Theft Auto 6 needs to keep the weapon wheel. It's just the best system at the moment. Number 8. P.O. Plant. The P.O. plant dotted around Los Santos are actually named after the real-life P.O. cactus, which contain compounds known as psychoactive alkaloids. And yes, that does mean what you think it means. They make you trip out. Big time. A little life tip. If you do ever find yourself in the Mexican desert, do not drink from the cashew because you will regret it. Their virtual counterpart have similar effects. If you find one while you're exploring, you can pick it up and eat it. You'll then have an interesting experience to say the least. Let's start off by blacking out, which is how the best experience usually goes, to be honest. When you wake up, you'll find that you turn into an animal, and there are plenty of options to choose from, too. Fancy being a chicken? How about a stingray? Done. After this baffling transformation, it's off into the city to talk to people. Oh yes, people still interact with you like you were human, which leads to hilarious results. And if all else fails, you can fly over the military base as a pigeon and watch them scramble the jet, all to shoot down a tiny bird. Random stuff like this is what makes Grand Theft Auto so interesting and definitely need to come back for Grand Theft Auto 6. Number 7. Submarine and submersible. The map in Grand Theft Auto 5 is huge. Los Santos and the surrounding areas are bigger than the map of Red Dead Redemption, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and Grand Theft Auto 4 combined. It's not like those surrounding areas are just inaccessible either. With the introduction of submersible and submarine, now you can explore what's beneath the ocean as well as above it. The underwater environment is amazing. The graphics are beautiful. There are plenty of interesting wildlife and it generally feels like you exploring the deep sea in a tiny bubble. There are realism clues as well. The subs have an oxygen limit of about 24 in-game hours, and you can't dive too deep or the water pressure will cause the sub to implode. There also the combat element. You can use a sub to sneak up on an unsuspected boat which foolishly decide to be in your immediate surrounding. Mostly though, exploring the Pacific Ocean adds to the sheer level of immersion you get from the environment, and it's another level of an already living, breathing city. Rockstar, we salute you. Maybe you could let us plumb even further depth in Grand Theft Auto 6. Number 6. Sports. Part of what makes the series so popular is that you essentially live by your own rules. If you want to climb the highest building and jump off, you can. If you want to beat up random people on the street, you can. And if you really crazy and want to live a normal life, helping old ladies and obeying traffic law well, you can do that as well. Although seen as a violent game, Grand Theft Auto doesn't have to be about violence. Mini games have been a staple of the series for a long time, so why not get some friends together, go for a drink, and play a nice round of golf? The sports games themselves are pretty well refined, as well as golf. There are also tennis and yoga in various places. Obviously, the mechanics aren't as finely tuned as, say, Virtua Tennis or the PGA Tour Series, but they aren't expected to be. They're competent enough to be enjoyable, and that's the main thing. Do try not to hit anyone with a golf ball, though. Apparently, the citizens of Los Santos get a bit murder happy if you do. There's no reason Rockstar couldn't expand on the library of sports available for Grand Theft Auto 6. So bring 'em on. Let's have the Grand Theft Auto Olympics. Why not, right? Number 5. First Person Mode. Grand Theft Auto has been pretty much exclusively third person for down the years, but the recent update to Grand Theft Auto 5 changed that. Now players have the choice between regular third person view and the all new first person mode, and it's really, really cool. It's insane how much detail Rockstar has packed into first person mode. Not only does it feel realistic when sprinting, your head moves around and wobbles, unlike the movement you get in, for example, Skyrim, but they've gone to the trouble of modeling the interior of every vehicle. That includes planes, where you can see the console instrument, and cars, where you can watch the steering wheel or the driver if you a passenger. If you wear a helmet with a visor or sunglasses, you even get a polarized view of the world. This can even be a little irritating at times, especially if your character refuses to take them off, but the overall effect is incredible. On top of that, the combat is much more intense, with melee becoming more up close and personal with guns having eyesight, aiming. Maybe Grand Theft Auto 6 will return to being third person only, but having the choice of view is definitely a good way to go, and it would be a surprise if it wasn't revisited in Grand Theft Auto 6. Number 4. The Cargo Bar. You need to experience the transport helicopter of sorts in Grand Theft Auto 5. This particular helicopter is special because it has a very unique feature. A grappling hook which can lock onto things while you flying. Invariably, these things tend to be vehicles, and more often than not have poor, unsuspecting citizens steal inside them, or your mates, whichever works best. Honestly, this thing is hilarious. There's generally nothing funnier than finding some poor citizen going about their daily life, descending upon them like a molasses pixie and taking them for an impromptu trip to the middle of the ocean or to the top of Mount Charlotte. Unfortunately, or possibly fortunately, depending on where you are, the cargo bar can hook onto individual people and take them for a ride. It also can't lift anything too heavy, so that tightening you need to reposition onto the runway will have to be done manually. Just try not to get hooked in first person mode, because it's absolutely terrifying. So when Grand Theft Auto 6 announced its new helicopter pedestrian hooking system, you heard it here first. Number 3. Parachute. If you get bored in a sandbox game, what do you resort to doing? If you're like a good number of people, the correct answer is find the highest point on the map and jump off. Usually this results in symptoms associated with death. But in Grand Theft Auto, this is not always the case. The parachutes that were present in San Andreas but cut out of Grand Theft Auto 4 have returned and are suitably revamped for a new generation. They sometimes a little difficult to control, but nothing deal breaking, and now you can fire weapons from them. The parachuting in Grand Theft Auto 5 is phenomenal. There's just no other way to describe it. Riding to the highest limit of the map in a plane and parachuting to the ground is simply bliss. The cityscape as you glide slowly toward the ground is absolutely gorgeous. For the best experience, do it at around dusk in game, and watch as the city slowly lights up as the sun goes down. They are also pretty handy if you accidentally fall off a tall building and don't want your face to make friends with the concrete. The controls need tightening up, and there needs to be some kind of dual mode. but it would be very surprising if the parachute were cut out of Grand Theft Auto 6. Number 6. Multiplayer and Grand Theft Auto Online. The multiplayer is probably the jewel in Rockstar already impressive crown. The offline story mode is great and everything, and you can do pretty much whatever you want, but it couldn't provide the one thing people wanted most, being able to play Grand Theft Auto with your friends. Grand Theft Auto 4 implemented a multiplayer mode with modest success, but that's nothing compared to the scale of Grand Theft Auto Online. The character customization options alone are incredible, although you can change your physical appearance once the character is created, and it only gets better from there. From attacking game hideout to a race map maker to co-op missions, death matches, and just general messing around, there's so much to do that it's almost impossible to lose interest. The fact that the whole map is open up from the beginning, bearing a couple of tutorial missions, is a master stroke too. It means you don't have to go through the hassle of playing the story mode first, as some players may be more interested in just messing around a bit online. The success of Grand Theft Auto Online should inspire Grand Theft Auto 6 to go even further, really put the limit of how big the map can go and how many activities it can fit into an online experience. Ambitious, yes, but if anyone can pull it off, Grand Theft Auto Online proves Rockstar can. And number 1, Heist. And one of the most exciting updates in recent memories, Rockstar recently introduced Heist into Grand Theft Auto Online, adding an extra dimension to co-op missions. Rather than a one-off thing though, the heists are a set of missions, usually to acquire a very specific set of tools, before a final boss mission where you steal a load of money from someone who probably doesn't need it. The best thing about the heist is that there's a sense of progression. It feels like an achievement when you finally hit the big bucks after all the time spent preparing for the final mission. The other main factor is the teamwork required for a heist. Most of the time, each party member will take on a different role to the other. So there's that feeling of needing to do your job so that you don't let the others down. The heists are some of the most fun and varied missions available in Grand Theft Auto Online. Currently there are only a few available, but hopefully Rockstar will bring out some more in the near future. Rockstar should look at the type generation around them and absolutely return to and expand on. The hype in Grand Theft Auto 6, there's definitely scope to go even crazier with them, and that's an opportunity you just cannot pass up. Well, that's it, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys on the next one. Peace.